friends. My name's Hannah. Welcome to Hannah's Reading Room. I have a feeling y'all are getting quite sick of me and my journey to catch up on all of these series. Before we even get into which books I'm reading, which you probably already saw in the thumbnail, I'm gonna move you guys back so that I can catch you up as to where we're kind of at with these series. Start over here. This series, done. Caught up on this series. I have one left to do in this series. Then series that I haven't started any of these series, so they don't count. I'm currently reading book 2 of the Chestnut Springs, so this one still needs work. I have 2 more books in the Delilah Green Doesn't Care series, so that one needs a lot of work. Have not started this. My manga, I'm not counting. I have 1 book left in Boys of Topman. I have not read either of these books here. I've not started this duology. All of these are read. We've got 1 more left in the Dream Harbor series. Caught up. We're going to be starting this series in this video. Then we'll have 3 left to go. Caught up on all of these. We have Mr. Fixer-Upper that we need to read. The rest of these are read. We've got 3 more in Windy City. And there's a Christmas series that I have 2 more in, but obviously I'm going to wait till Christmas to read those. Then everything else is caught up over there. I have not started the Beartown series. I have not started this Asylum series, but the rest of that is caught up. This is caught up. I DNF'd the Shauna McGuire Wayward Children series. I DNF'd that series. We are on book 2 of the Cherry Tree Harbor series. We'll have 3 more to go. I don't have Sunrise on the Reaping because I have the rest of the series in paperback, so I'm waiting for that to come out in paperback to get that. And then I have not started this series. Caught up on everything here. We are caught up on Rebel Blue Ranch. Have not started any of these series, and we're finishing that series. So we're doing really good. We're getting really caught up, and I'm proud of us, you know? Sorry that we're having like one of these videos a month, but it's just my journey right now. It's just what's bringing me the most joy. I think I'm like a broken record at this point, that my mental health has been really bad over this summer, and so being able to comfort read things that I know I'm going to enjoy for the most part has been helpful. But speaking of something I probably won't really enjoy, that's going to be Business Casual by BK Borison. This is the final book in the Lovelight Farms series, and I don't know what it is about this series. I read the first one physically. I read the next 2 on audio. I don't know what we're going to do with Business Casual because I gave the second book 4 stars, but I've given the other 2 3 stars, and I think the one that I gave 4 stars, I think it was like a 4-star in the moment, but I really don't remember anything about it. And yeah, this whole series, like, I've read In the Weeds and Mixed Signals like over the summer, and I still don't really remember much about it. Mixed Signals, I know she had like a bakery, and In the Weeds, it was like the pops or the social media girl. But this one is about Nova and Charlie. 2 opposites decide to test their chemistry with one steamy night together, but will once be enough? Nova Porter isn't looking for love. She currently has no explanation for her attraction to buttoned-up, 3-piece suit-wearing investment banker Charlie Milford. Maybe it's his charm, or maybe it's his determination to help her fledgling business. However, he can. Either way, she's distracted every time he's around with his new tattoo studio. Okay. I will admit, a tattoo artist is up there with one of the careers I find the most attractive. It's there. I love a sports romance. I love a cowboy. But tattooer? That's up there. In an effort to get Charlie out of her system once and for all, Nova offers a proposition. One night, no strings. They'll kick their uncomfortable attraction to the curb. Well, we all know that's not going to work, but we're going to read that. That'll finish a series, baby. Then we're going to read The Temporary Roomie by Sarah Adams. This will also finish up a duology by Miss Sarah Adams. And then I just have the these like To Catch a Suitor and To Con a Gentleman. They're like historical romances. I don't know. I just love Sarah Adams, so I will read anything this bitch writes. She's pregnant. The other book, she also had a kid, so I think that's like the vibes of this one. But the first one was really good. It was about this lady, girl, she's a hairdresser. Her life was kind of falling apart. She moves back in with like, back to where her family lives. She moves in with her brother and falls for her brother's best friend. Okay. As the owner of Honeysuckle Salon, Jessie Barnes, so I think Jessie is the owner of the salon that the main girl in the first book ends up working at, usually has everything managed and on track. However, in her third trimester of an unexpected pregnancy, she feels a bit lost and incredibly desperate after faulty plumbing floods her house. Unfortunately, her knight in shining armor is Dr. Drew Marshall, her best friend's brother. So we did brother's best friend in the last one, and then this one's best friend's brother. That's very confusing. And the man she has clashed with at every turn. Drew offers Jessie a temporary place to stay, but with a catch. She must pretend to be his girlfriend. Oh, I love fake dating. For an upcoming work event. Out of options, Jessie braces for the worst as she moves in with her nemesis. Amid playful territory wars and absurd pranks, their dynamic begins to shift, and Jessie is thrown yet another curveball as Drew turns out to be nothing like what she expected. And even worse, he seems to like her too. When their rivalry sparks a deeper connection, Jessie's future becomes even more unclear, and with a baby on the way, she'll have no choice to make a decision soon. And we are gonna, I think we're in a good enough place that I feel comfortable starting a series, and I've been waiting on the hold for this for a while on Libby. Also, I don't know how both of these audiobooks are 12 hours. It just doesn't make sense. But anyhow, this is Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntire. I've never read anything by Emily McIntire because the only thing I know that she's written is like the Hooked series, and I have no interest in that. But this one says, we could go our entire lives without speaking and still I'd know you in the next one. Honestly, I already love that. Alina Carson meets Chase Adams when she's 11 years old after he moves in down the street carrying nothing but chip on his shoulder and dimples in his cheeks. Immediately she falls in love with him before she even knows what loving is. But becoming best friends with Charlie's little sister means he's off limits, no matter how much their connection screams for something more. Or Chase, I'm sorry. Charlie was the other book. Chase never cared so much for following the rules, abandoned by everyone who was supposed to love him. He's broken and insecure, choosing to push others away before they have a chance to hurt him. But there's something about a girl with golden hair, and before he can stop himself, he's sneaking through her window, whispering his darkest secrets beneath the glowing stars. As time goes on and they get older, he decides to give their love a chance, no matter what everyone else thinks. But old habits die hard, and when tragedy strikes, Chase is back to doing what he knows best, ruining everything. Chase disappears and years pass, leaving Alina with no choice but to pick up her broken pieces and move on, until one day he's back, all grown up and taking over the family business. When Alina and Chase are thrown together and forced to work in the same building, old feelings resurface, and Alina realizes quickly that Chase is on a mission determined to right the wrong of his past, starting with her. So that'll be what we get up to in this video. I don't know where I'm gonna start, but I'm gonna start somewhere. I have all of them on audio, so that's probably the way it's gonna go, because I'm still, like I said, kind of struggling to read physically, just my attention span, and by the time I get, like, I've just been bed rotting. It's really been bad, but when I'm working, I have no choice but to do something with my time. So I'm gonna go eat food and get to work, which will involve starting something at some point. I think I will, so I have them all. Beneath the Stars is the only one of the books that I currently have on hold that's like X amount of people waiting for it. And so if I see that people are waiting for it, I do like to read that one first. So I think we might start with Beneath the Stars, but you never know. Okay guys, we are about halfway through this book. We are in part 2, which is pretty good. I will say I am liking it, but I'm not loving it. And I just think that the issue is the tropes in this book for me. So this book starts out, well, they're like kids, then to high school, and now adults. We have our female main character, Alina. Let me shut this door because it's gonna bother me. We've got our female character, Alina, and our male character, Chase. And basically, when Alina is a little girl, she becomes best friends with her new neighbor, which is Chase's younger sister. I forget her name. If I'm being very honest with you, her name is not in the top of my head. There's kind of a lot of characters, but basically, they become best friends, and Chase and his sister are with a foster family who ends up adopting them, and they've kind of gone through it. They come from a mother who struggled deeply with addiction and gave her kids up or lost them. I'm not really sure which, it doesn't really specify. And so with that comes its own set of challenges, and Chase really struggles with feeling like people are going to leave him, and he struggles with dealing with people who have like addiction. So because his sister and Alina are best friends, whenever they start to like hit it off and become a couple, they try to keep it from her, and then when she finds out, she kind of like hates them forever for it. But basically, something happens and his sister kind of runs away. It's caused his sister falls into addiction, and it's this whole set of issues. Then we get to like them being ready to go to college. He's a little bit older, like a couple of years. He heads off to college while she's still like finishing up high school. They decide to stay together and do the long distance thing. He plans to come back to take over his adoptive father's construction company, so he's only going to be gone for a little bit of time. During all of this, there's also another person in the neighborhood named Jax, who is kind of part of the friend group, and whenever Chase goes away to college, Alina becomes pretty good friends with Jax because her parents won't let her travel to go visit Chase without a chaperone, so Jax becomes a chaperone, so they're spending a lot of time together, and he definitely like has feelings for her. And my issue is I just wish she would like Jax and that they would end up together, because I don't like Chase. I can't stand him. He's just a fucking idiot. So then there's this girl that he is going to college with, and she's in like his study groups. She starts like having drug problems, and he wants to help her, but really she does have drug problems and he is helping her, but she's using this all as a manipulation tactic to make Alina. Also, he has a nickname for Alina, and it's Goldie because she has blonde hair, and I actually think it's a cute nickname. Most nicknames I think are horrible, but it's pretty cute, and she is basically going like above and beyond to make Alina jealous so that she will leave him because she wants him so deeply. And he like is so like, ugh, he's got such a fucking thick skull he can't see it. So a bunch of stuff happens, tragedy strikes, not gonna spoil it, and he isn't there for Alina when she needs him the most. So she basically breaks up with him, and now we're flash forwarding to years later. I think they're like 28-ish now, late 20s, and Chase's father is retiring, and he wants Chase to come back to Sugar Tree, whatever, because he ended up staying where he went to college, which is only like a couple of hours away, but he ended up not coming back because it hurt too much because him and Alina were no longer together. So he's like, I'm retiring, and I'm gonna ask you one last time to come take over before I like start interviewing people. And he's like, you know what, I'll do it. So he comes back, and his first job is to oversee this renovation of this dance studio. It's like an hour away. Lo and behold, that's where Alina works. So they're crossing paths again. But the thing is I just like, right now, the thing is, Sugar Lake, yeah, that's what it's called. There is for sure a chance in this world that I will forgive him, okay? But like, just like the things that he wasn't there for her for are so beyond unforgivable for somebody who's been through similar things, that I just hate him in the way that Jax has been there for her. I gotta see it. One of these other books about Jax, because that's gonna be my favorite book. Oh, Lily is his sister's name. The fourth book is about his sister, which is pretty cool. Yes, I think book 3 is about Jax or Jackson. Yep. So I'm excited for book. I don't know what it is about these romance series. Book 3 is always like my favorite couple, but yeah, I am enjoying it. It's feeling like a 3.54 right now. I'm obviously only halfway through, but this does deal with substance abuse and grief are very heavy topics in this book. So if those are triggers for you, don't read it. But those are like ticks in the box for me to read it. You know what I'm saying? So far, so good. I'm going to continue onward. I should probably finish it today. It's like 3 o'clock. I still have quite a bit of work to do. And yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, we finished Beneath the Stars, and I did land on a final rating of 3 stars for this one. I will admit I'm slightly disappointed in this book. I'm hoping that the rest of the series, where is it? This way? No. Yeah, right here. Hoping the rest of the series is a little bit better than this one. But my feelings just kept continuing on for the whole way through, that I essentially liked her best friend, like her guy best friend, Jax, more than I liked Chase. So I just like didn't even care for her to get back with Chase like the whole time. And that kind of continued. And then I do have to say, the audio narrator of there was a guy and a girl, but it wasn't duet. So like whenever it was like the male chapters, he would like do a voice for the girl, and it was like the worst male trying to do a female southern voice I've ever heard in my life. But we gave it 3 stars, which is not boding well for this video, because I mean, the Temporary Roomie, I think I'll probably give 4 stars, but I'm not going to read that next. I'm simply not. Next up, we're going to go into Business Casual, because I want to get it out of the way. Whenever I do videos where there's like 3 books, if there's one that I'm like not particularly looking forward to, I do try to sandwich it in the middle of the 2 that I am looking forward to. So like I start the video with something I like, I'm excited about it, and then we do the possible turd but possible surprise in the middle, and then end on something that I think I'll really like, to try to like avoid going into a slump. That's like one of my little tricks, you know. So we're gonna move in to Business Casual, and I will say, the more I think about the series, the more I'm like, the first book when I read it, I gave it 3 stars. I should have just not bought the rest of the series, but we have it. So we are gonna continue, and I have a bit more work today. I don't know how this audiobook is 12 hours when the book is 350 pages, and this book's 450 pages, and the audio is also 12 hours. The math doesn't math, but I'm gonna give it a go and hopefully finish that today. I fear I never gave you guys a conclusion on this book. I don't know why, but evidently I didn't. I don't think. If I did, do the doors open bother you? Because they bother me when I'm like looking in the viewfinder. But I did finish this, and I don't know that I even checked in halfway. I have to say, I was kind of through for a loop when the girl was the tattoo artist and not the boy, which like we love. But I did overall give this book a 3. It's my second favorite in the series, but there's just something about this series that did not work for me. I don't know, it just, when you read a lot of small town romances, you need a book like, I recently read book 2 in the Cherry Tree Harbor series, and it just like really hit for me. Like, you need it to like do something special, have that pizzazz in the characters. And I think that the characters in this series are very one-dimensional, very flat, very boring. Whereas I read First Time Caller by BK Borison, I gave that 4 stars, and I loved the characters. I thought they were great. I just thought that book was a little too long. But this series is just boring. Again, we have our main character, Nova, and she is a tattoo artist. She is trying to open her own shop. She's been like working in different shops, but she wants something that's her own. So she's trying to open this shop, and her brother's really supportive, but because her brother's so supportive, it makes her feel like she can't fail. And bada bing, bada boom. It's fine. It was the epitome of fine. So the only thing we have left for this video now is the Temporary Roomie, which also finishes out another series. And I'll for sure listen to this sometime this weekend. So I'm very excited about that. Okay guys, I've been listening to the Temporary Roomie. I'm 46% in, and oh my golly gee, is the male voice actor the worst voice I've ever heard in my life. He talks like this. Oh my god, I cannot believe that this is happening. Oh my god. Driving me nuts. I think, honestly, it's going to end up being my least favorite Sarah Adams book ever, which I hate to say because I do love Sarah, and I only have 2 more books to read by her, and I don't think I'm really going to like them either because they're like Regency vibes. But this is just, I'm making myself lunch. We're making a wrap, like an Italian wrap. We have salami, pepperoni, lettuce, all the things. But I'll chit chat with you guys while I do this. Would this be more interesting if you can like see what I'm doing? Boom, is that better? Is that better, friends? But yeah, I'm not really loving it. So we have our female main character. I honestly don't know anybody's name. That's like how much I'm not really paying attention. Not that I'm not paying attention, because I can tell you everything that's going on. But I'm just like not liking it. So let me really quick go on Goodreads and figure out the characters' names to make all of this easier while I get my ingredients. We need mustard, we need sandwich pickles, we need banana peppers, provolone cheese, salami, pepperoni, and lettuce. And then I have a dip because I'm going to have some onion dip and chips. So we have got Drew is the main guy. Sammy, I think is her name. Jessie and Drew. So Jessie is pregnant and her baby daddy basically felt as though she was like trying to trap him. Like he didn't want this kid, so he basically bounced. They were boyfriend and girlfriend when she got pregnant. He left the second he found out. Oh, we also need oil and vinegar, which is in this little thing. But basically, I can do one of these. You guys can really see what's going on here, because you've seen enough of me. But basically, she is just going through it, and currently there's like, she's having some work done on her house because like a pipe burst or something to that effect. Something that like she can't live there because they're like tearing up her house. So she's been living in the house of like the characters from book 1. She is best friends with the FMC from book 1. And the FMC from book 1 is the MMC of this book's sister. So you can like figure out the dynamics. So basically, she's been staying with her, but like they don't really have extra space. So, and she and Drew don't like each other because he stood her up when she needed him to like fill in as like a fake boyfriend, but now he needs her to be her fake girlfriend, be his fake girlfriend, and she needs a place to stay. So now they're like, cut up an onion. That's what I'm missing. So they're like living together, but they don't like each other, and it's like enemies to lovers, more like dislike to lovers. But I just kind of dislike them. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing endearing about these characters, and I literally am finding every single one of them obnoxious. All of my small cutting boards are dirty, so I guess we're going with that, Daddy. Grab an onion from here. So that's kind of like what's going on, is like he was getting hit on at work, and he doesn't like being hit on at work because he doesn't date coworkers. So he lies and says, oh yeah, like I have a girlfriend. I already had, because one girl wanted him to like be her date to some sort of like work event since they're both single, and he's like, oh, I'm not single. So he lied about that. He's also a gynecologist, which like I already have kind of strong feelings about men being gynecologists, which is talked about in here, but I don't know. It gives me weird vibes. I'm not a fan. And so I don't know. I just like, part of it is the audiobook is really bad. Like the girl's voice is fine. It's the boy's voice that's really bad, but I've already committed, so I'm already like halfway through. It's easy to listen to. It's gonna, I feel like I'm bitching a lot. It's probably gonna be a 3, because it's like, I do kind of, I like Jessie enough. I don't really like the guy very much. He's kind of annoying, if I'm being honest with you. He's kind of bothering me, talking all about how he never gets a second date because women don't like that he's a gynecologist and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It's just like kind of boring, and I feel like nothing has really happened. She is living in his home, and they're kind of like doing like these prank wars with each other, which is kind of funny right now. I am kind of enjoying that. It's like, for example, she needed to do laundry because she waits until she has not a single clean pair of underwear left to do laundry, but he like beats her to doing laundry, and he's like, no, you can't put your stuff in with mine. Like, I don't want your colorful stuff in with my scrubs. And he's kind of like telling her no about that. And so she has pregnancy insomnia, so she gets up in the middle of the night and puts all of her underwear in his laundry. And then when he gets up in the morning, and she like stays up, she switches them to the dryer. And then whenever he gets up in the morning and sees that, he hides all of her underwear, so she has no underwear. And now we're like to the level of doing, this cutting board is really freaking me out. The feeling of like the wood being damp is like heebie-jeebie central for me. Here we go, toss this trash. I did put quite a bit of onion on mine because I mean, I don't really think that looks like that much onion. I'm an onion fiend though. So there's that. I'm also a big fiend of anything acidic, so there's gonna be a lot of pickles and a lot of bananas. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on. It's just like, okay, it's the type of book where I have literally, like, I'm done with work for the day, and I have no intention of continuing reading. Does that make sense? Reading this book. I'm gonna go read a book for a different video, because nothing about this is like, oh yeah, like I wanna like play video games and listen to this tonight. It's so good, I gotta see what happens. Which is how I've felt with especially the When in Rome series and the Cheat Sheet series are like my two favorite from Sarah, and they are her two newest, so that does bode well. I think the fourth and final book in When in Rome comes out in like January. These are some of like the biggest pickle chips I've ever seen in my life. But as a pickle girl, I live off of it. Also, this wrap will absolutely not be properly closed. I just kind of do my best, you know, because I'm not professional at this. But it's also funny because I like hyperfixate on foods, and this is my hyperfixation right now, but I know because of how far out I'm filming, by the time you guys see this video, I'm gonna be so over this wrap that the idea of eating it disgusts me. So then I get out, whoop, 2 toothpicks. And I just do one of these. That's how we do it, and then I just like keep it flat when I pick it up. Is really just my motto in life. But yeah, I will be working tomorrow, obviously, and I will finish it tomorrow. I also don't understand, because it is quite a short book. Like, in person, it's barely 300 pages. So I don't really know how that translates into a 10-hour audiobook. But the image on the audiobook is the old cover, and the book I have is like the physical one that I have is the revised edition, so maybe it would be shorter if it was the revised edition. I don't know. That's just me kind of talking out my ass, but it is a thought that crossed my mind. Potato chips, my dip, got my Sammy, and I'm gonna go have lunch and not listen to any more of that audiobook because I cannot be bothered. We're finished with this video. This was the last book in it, and it was bad. It was bad. I'm giving this book, you know, we had this video was, I feel like my series videos are usually pretty good, like good ratings. No, baby, this is my least favorite Sarah Adams book I've ever read, and I'm giving it 2 stars. I'm gonna keep it because I have like all of her books, and I want to keep all of her books, and I liked the first one, but I hated both of our characters. I hated that he was a gynecologist, and they talked about it all the time how he's this hot male gynecologist and he has one tattoo on his chest and he's never gonna get more tattoos or anywhere visible because he needs to play down on his hotness because he's just like so hot that his like clients can't take it. Hated it, hated it, hated it. They get engaged after 3 months of her living at his house and stuff. Oh my god, it was just not good. It was horrible. There's nothing nice I have to say about it. So with that being said, 2 stars. And that's all I got for you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.